Imagine your ADHD brain as two hands holding a rubber band. The more stress you pile on, the more that rubber band stretches, until finally it snaps. Regretting mistakes, getting stuck in rumination, acting out of alignment, avoiding tasks. These are those stresses. Each one pull that band further and further apart. Stress builds, energy drains, and just like that, breaking point hits. Creativity, intentionality, meaningful action, those are the relaxers. They pull the hands back together. They loosen it. They keep the band from snapping. And ADHDers often live on the edge of that burnout breaking point. We try to be more productive, but all we really end up doing is adding more to-dos to the to-do list. More tasks, more stress, more avoidance, and then more burnout. And this isn't your fault. Most time management strategies aren't designed to stop ADHD burnout. In fact, they often create it. And we're taught that time management requires things like setting countless reminders, to buy a planner, block out all of the distractions, establish a routine. We learn that to remove the overwhelm of having too much to do, we need to add more things to do to that list. And that is exactly why it will never work for your ADHD brain. Time management is forcing order into chaos, which is where ADHD brains tend to go wrong. Instead, we need to reduce that chaos, which is why energy management is far more effective. Your ADHD brain doesn't need another focus hack. You don't need more hours in the day. You don't need to be more consistent or to be more disciplined. You don't need a monthly subscription to that new fancy AI-powered time management platform. All you need is a vision. To be clear on what a life by your own design actually looks like. Then what you need to do is to build a vision bridge. A vision bridge is something that you build and create. It is what takes you from the life you have now to the life you desire in your vision. It is the bridge between that gap. It could be a brand or a product, a service, something that's yours. Build something that aligns with something you are passionate about. And you might say that this is just adding more to your to-do list. But this is actually the total opposite. Remember, it is the stresses that stretch that rubber band that lead to the overwhelm and to the burnout. Pursuing a vision is adding more relaxers. When you're working towards your vision by building your vision bridge to take you there, your actions are creative, they're intentional, you're taking that meaningful action. And as we know, these are the relaxers. They give you energy. They fill your brain with dopamine that triggers your motivation. Then, once you have that, you manage that energy with a system that works with your ADHD brain. And that is where the ADHD aligned energy distribution system comes in. Now you have your vision. That's the best possible life that you imagine for yourself. And you know you need to build your vision bridge to take you there. And that's the thing that you build and create to make your vision a reality. So now you need a system to effectively build that vision bridge that also works with your ADHD brain. Building your vision bridge is a lot like building a house. You don't dig the foundations, pour the cement and stack the bricks all at once. You do it step by step, with each step adding to the last. So let's call those steps missions. And then there are multiple missions required to build your vision bridge. And all your energy only goes into one mission, one step at a time. And that's the energy that you manage. And then to manage that energy effectively, it gets distributed into progress. Progress is broken down into three core areas. 1, generating progress. That's taking actions that build the foundations for progress to actually happen. 2, accelerating progress. Actions that add momentum to your progress. Sustaining progress is number 3. Actions that maintain progress that you have already made. To build your vision bridge, you need to distribute your energy into blocks that contain all 3. And those 3 blocks are create, that's the generating progress, build, that's the accelerating progress, and maintain, that's the sustaining progress. They are the only 3 blocks that you need to distribute your time and energy into to be consistently productive. Your create block is where you gain knowledge and skills that are the foundation of you making progress. Your build block, this is where you action and implement the things that will move you forward. And finally, your maintain block. This is where you complete the tasks that keep the progress you've already made. So say, for example, your vision bridge, the thing that you build or create, is a digital product. a course, for example, and now you're at the point where you're ready to sell it. So your next step or mission is marketing that course on social media. Now, any time that you've got set aside to work on this thing is split into our 3 core progress blocks. Block number 1, that's create. So when you start a new mission, most of your energy will go into your create block. This is where you're going to spark your ideas, where you gain the knowledge that you need to complete whatever that current step, current mission is. This is time dedicated to building the resources, the foundations to generate progress. This is the time that induces your dopamine. It's leveraging the curiosity that fuels the entire process. So in the create block, you're exploring, brainstorming, and learning. So take our example from earlier. Say your current mission is marketing that course on social media. Create in the block would be researching how to make content, or setting up a profile, or studying the content you consume to get inspired. So you intentionally allocate time to generating that progress, to building your foundations. Then as you learn more, you'll reduce the time spent in that create block and increase the time spent in block 2. Build. Build is time dedicated to accelerating your progress. This is where your ideas from your time spent in create become action. You're implementing. This really is the action part, is the doing part. So for our example, this would be creating content, making videos, writing posts, etc. So now we have 2 of our 3 blocks for any time that we are spending building the thing that we're building. We've allocated time to build the foundations of progress, to learn, to get ideas, to become inspired. That's block 1, create. Now, with block 2, we've allocated a dedicated block of time to taking those ideas and lessons and skills that we've learned in that first block and to implement them, to accelerate our progress. Now, the final block that you need to distribute your energy into is block 3, maintain. Your maintain block is how you sustain progress. This is where you commit time to maintaining the progress that you've already made. This is things like admin, emails, replying to comments, whatever it is. Any tasks that you must complete from anything that you've already built previously. So this ensures you consistently tackle necessary tasks so they don't build up, which is going to keep you out of that overwhelm. Then as you progress, the tasks that you do and maintain, you'll ultimately systemize. They're the tasks that you'll outsource to platforms, tools, and freelancers when you get a bit further down the line. And it's important that this is the block that you dedicate the smallest amount of time to, 1 hour maximum. As a simple example, say you're like me when I started out. You still have a job, so you're only building towards your vision on the weekend. 7 hours a day, say. You would dedicate 6 hours to your create block and your build block, and 1 hour to your maintain block. They are boring tasks, but they are necessary tasks. So this is how you stay on top of them, because they have to be done. But spending too much energy on them each day will also send your ADHD brain into overload. So I use a digital kitchen timer, which was $10 on Amazon. Set that timer, make it a challenge, finish on a reward. Faster progress, no burnout. So if you commit to this system and you split any time spent on the thing that you're building into those 3 blocks, into create, into build, into maintain, I guarantee you will make your vision a reality with no overwhelm. These 3 blocks are the only areas that you need to cover to make the progress that you need to make consistent progress on your ideas without abandoning them, to execute tasks efficiently without falling into busy work and distraction, to build your vision to be sustainable because it's compounding over time. Don't burden yourself trying to tackle every step towards building something all at once. Build it 1 step at a time. Make sure you don't burn out. And if you want to know exactly what those steps are to build, then grab my free 6-figure checklist for ADHD entrepreneurs in the description. As I said, it's free. Just click the link and download it. And if you found value in this video, don't forget to like and hit subscribe for the next one. And until that next one, remember, the world isn't designed for the ADHD mind, but the ADHD mind is designed to change the world.